Friends, you must have heard a lot of stories, but the story I am going to tell you today is something different and unique. This is a story of a relationship between a girl and a snake that no one could understand. Have you ever heard of a girl marrying a snake? But how did this happen? To know this mysterious and shocking story, do not forget to listen to it till the end, because its truth will amaze you. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl living in a small village. Her name was Seema, and she had a unique identity in her village. Seema did not have a family, she was alone. But her independence and simplicity made her the idol of the villagers. She worked as a farmer and made a living from her work. The villagers often knew her as a hard-working and honest girl. Seema had another special quality, and that was her deep religiousness. She used to go to the ancient Shiva temple of the village every morning to worship. This temple was located on a small hill outside the village, and there was an old Shiva linga in it, which people worshipped with great devotion. Seema had considered this temple as her second home, where she would not only receive blessings from Lord Shiva, but also look for peace in the difficult times of her life. One day she took a pot with her and went to the temple to offer milk to Shiva linga. She did this every Monday because she believed that worshipping Lord Shiva would bring peace and happiness to her life. That day also she came to the temple with the same feeling in her mind. When she reached the temple, she saw that the temple was completely empty. There was no one other than her, and seeing this she felt a little strange anxiety. But she did not give it much importance. She put her mind to her worship and bent down to offer milk to Shiva linga. Then suddenly a strange incident happened. A snake came quickly to Shiva linga and wrapped itself around Shiva linga and sat down. Seema saw and got scared because she was afraid of such a sight. But she kept her courage and tried to offer milk. As soon as she started offering milk, the snake spread its tail and started making a lot of noise. Seema, trembling with fear, returned the milk to Shiva linga and moved back. The snake immediately drank the milk and then slowly descended from Shiva linga and left. Seema was shocked and frightened, but she folded her hands in front of Shiva linga, worshipped, picked up the milk pot and left the temple. The next Monday she again came there to do everything. This time also the same snake came and drank milk. This process went on for several weeks, and every Monday the same snake sat on Shiva linga and drank milk. One day Seema could not go to the temple. This time she went to work in the field. While working in the field, a snake came in front of her. She got scared, but the snake quietly left from there. Then in the evening, after working in the field, Seema was returning home when suddenly a snake blocked her way. Seema started thinking. Then she realized that perhaps all these events were a sign that she had forgotten to go to the temple. She immediately went home, took milk and reached the temple. In the temple the same snake was again wrapped around Shiva linga. Seema saw it and took a breath of relief from her heart. And just like she gave milk every time, the same snake drank milk and left. While sleeping at night, Seema had a question in her mind. Was this snake coming to remind her that she must not forget her duty to offer milk at the temple? Was this snake in the same form, or did it belong to some other realm? She slept while thinking about it. The next Monday came and Seema went to the temple again with the milk. This time when she reached the temple, she saw that the snake was not wrapped around Shiva linga. He was sitting near a box as if he wanted to give a message. Seema was surprised and said with a laugh, "What happened? Now you are sitting on the box. Are you angry with Shiva?" As soon as she placed the milk near the box, the snake got down from the box instead of drinking milk and started climbing back on it. Seeing this, Seema was even more surprised. But then she felt that the snake wanted to give a message. She opened the box and found a letter in it. After opening the letter and reading it, Seema was shocked. It was written in the letter, "I am not a snake, I was a human being before. Because of my mistake I got this form. If any unmarried girl gives me milk until the 16th Monday, I will become a human being again." Seema read the letter again with trembling hands. Her heart was beating fast. Could this be true? Was this snake really a human being? Seema had many questions in her mind. But she understood one thing very well. This was not an ordinary snake. This was a cursed soul who was in search of salvation. Seema looked at the snake with trembling hands, who was still sitting near the box of milk. For the first time she looked into the snake's eyes carefully. She felt that there was a different kind of depth in those eyes. As if someone wanted to say something to her, someone was calling her. Seema slowly folded her hands and said, "Is this true? Were you a human being?" The snake did not respond. It just sat there quietly. Seema took a deep breath and started thinking. If this letter is true, it means that this snake has been trapped in this curse for many years. If I give it milk every Monday, I will not back off. I will help it become a human being. She looked at the snake and said slowly, I will give you milk every Monday. No matter what happens, I will help you become a human being. Hearing this from Seema, the snake shook a little for the first time, as if it understood what she was saying. Then, slowly, it drank the milk and went out of the temple. Now, Seema started going to the temple every Monday. Earlier, she used to take only milk, but now she started offering fruits and flowers. She began to feel that it was not just a snake, but a soul that was yearning to become a human being. Slowly, Seema and the snake formed a unique relationship. Earlier, when Seema was afraid of the snake, now she was not afraid of it. She began to feel comfortable in front of it. Many times, when Seema went to work in the fields, she felt that someone was around her. When she looked around, she saw that the same snake was lying nearby. It did not harm her. It just walked with her. Seema smiled and said, Why are you following me now? Are you afraid to see me? But the snake always quietly looked at her. Gradually, the villagers also began to notice that Seema went to the temple every Monday and gave milk to a snake. Some people thought it was good, but some people were afraid. One day, some women in the village asked Seema, You go to the temple every Monday and give milk to a snake. Aren't you afraid? Seema smiled and said, Why should I be afraid? That snake never harms me. Maybe Lord Shiva has sent it to me. The women shook their heads and said, Even though it is not doing anything right now, remember, it is a snake. If it bites you. Seema did not care what they said. She knew that it was not an ordinary snake, and she had to stick to her decision at any cost. Now 12 Mondays had passed. Seema was beginning to feel that the snake fully trusted her. Sometimes, when Seema got tired and sat in the field, the snake would lie somewhere nearby. Seeing this, some laborers would get scared and run away, but Seema never got scared. She was now beginning to feel closer to the snake. She felt that this snake had become her true companion. She no longer saw it as a cursed creature but was beginning to feel its pain. One night, Seema was sitting outside her house looking up at the sky. It was a moonlit night. A cool breeze was blowing, but she had many questions in her mind. What mistake had it made? Who was this human being? Could he really change? And even if he changed, would he ever meet her again? As she was lost in thought, she suddenly felt something near her feet. She looked down and saw the snake slowly coming closer to her. Seema took a deep breath and said with a light laugh, You are used to me now, aren't you? The snake just sat quietly. Now only 4 Mondays were left. Seema continued to go to the temple with great devotion every Monday. The day was nearing when the 16th Monday would be over. Will this curse really break? If he really becomes a human, will he be able to recognize me? Will he go away from me? These questions surrounded Seema's mind, but she controlled herself and decided that whatever would happen, she would fulfill her promise to make this snake a human. Seema had a strange anxiety in her mind. She started getting ready for the last Monday. This time she took not only milk but also some fruits and flowers. Seema's heartbeat was fast. The atmosphere of the temple was calm, but she felt a strange anxiety inside. Today was the last Monday, the day she was supposed to free this cursed soul. Would there really be a miracle? Would this snake truly become human? Or was it all just an illusion? The snake, wrapped around the Shiva Linga, remained as still as it had been every Monday. Seema placed a bowl of milk in front of it with trembling hands and said slowly, Today is the last Monday. If what is written in the letter is true, then today, you should return to your original form. The snake slowly began drinking the milk. Seema's eyes were fixed on it, unblinking. The temple bell rang, its sound echoing through the air. A strange energy filled the temple. Suddenly, the temple's lamp burned brighter, as if some divine power had arrived. The wind stirred inside the temple, and Seema felt that something unexpected was about to happen. As soon as the snake finished the milk, its body trembled. A different kind of light shone in its eyes. Seeing this, some other devotees in the temple became frightened and slowly began to leave. Suddenly, a radiant light burst from the snake's body. Its form began to shake, and a divine aura spread all around. Seema stood frozen. This was no ordinary event. Then slowly the snake collapsed onto the temple floor. Its body began to dissolve into a brilliant glow. Seema could only watch in awe. A miraculous transformation was unfolding before her very eyes. Within moments, the snake had fully merged into the light. And in its place, a young man appeared. He looked to be about 25 or 26 years old, tall, with a bright and serious demeanor. There was a mixture of peace and pain in his eyes. It was as if, after many years of suffering, he was finally free. Seema could not believe her eyes. The one standing before her was the same cursed soul she had been feeding milk for so many months. The young man spoke in a low voice, "Seema, thank you. If you had not been there, I would never have been able to return to my original form." Seema's eyes were full of wonder and curiosity. She asked slowly, "Who are you? Why did you receive this curse?" The young man took a deep breath and said, "My name is Rahul. I was a prince centuries ago. But because of my ego and anger, I insulted a great saint. He cursed me to be born as a snake, and until someone truly fed me milk for 16 Mondays, I would remain trapped in this form. You not only set me free but also purified my soul." Seema was bewildered. She could not tell if she should believe it or not. Was this truly the cursed prince? Rahul looked at Seema and said, "Now that I am free, I must return to my kingdom. But I will never forget your kindness." Seema's eyes glistened with unshed tears. For so many months she had considered this snake her friend. And now that he had become human, would he leave forever? She whispered, "Will you leave?" Rahul smiled. "I'm not going anywhere. I will stay here until you accept me. Seema, you have given me a new life. Now this life is incomplete without you." Seema's eyes welled with tears. She could not find the words to speak. Was it true? The one she had once known as a snake now wished to stay by her side. The temple bells rang, echoing through the air as if blessing a new beginning. It seemed as if Mahadev himself was witnessing this holy union. Countless emotions rose in Seema's heart: disbelief, happiness, hesitation, and the racing of her heartbeat. Rahul now stood before her, a divine, radiant young man. The same being she had fed milk with her own hands, the one she had accepted wholeheartedly, had now become the most important part of her life. Seema's eyes were filled with questions, but Rahul's face was calm and peaceful. He took a step forward and held Seema's hand. "Seema, will you be my life partner?" Seema was stunned. How had everything changed so suddenly? Was this truly her destiny? Her eyes glistened with tears, but there was no doubt in her heart. She whispered, "If Mahadev has joined our paths, then no one can change it." Rahul's eyes shone with happiness. He knelt before Seema and formally asked for her consent. The villagers who had gathered smiled, witnessing this divine love story unfold. And Seema said yes. The very next day, Seema and Rahul were married in the Shiva temple of the village. They took 7 sacred rounds around the Shiva linga, with the fire and the divine presence of Mahadev as their witness. The villagers accepted their union, rejoicing in the miracle that had taken place before them. After the wedding, Rahul told Seema, "Now it is time to leave this village and go to a new place, where no one will recognize us from our past." Seema had complete faith in Rahul. She nodded in agreement, and together they stepped into a new life. Years passed and Rahul and Seema built a happy life together. They had a beautiful home filled with love, devotion, and loyalty. Rahul became a respected man, and Seema continued to visit the Shiva temple. Every Monday she still offered milk, not to break a curse this time, but to honor her unwavering faith and devotion. This story teaches us that true devotion and selfless love hold infinite power. When we help someone with a pure heart and fulfill our duties with sincerity, even God paves the way for us. Faith, loyalty, and truth are life's greatest treasures, capable of overcoming any hardship. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and share it. And for more inspiring tales, subscribe to our YouTube channel.